We're going very LA punk today. How y'all doing? Even though I guess Suey's or Bay, but it is what it is. Hey, we got fuck. It's inverted when you see it in the camera. We got body count right here. We got Nuna right here. Those creepers right here, and then I don't know where the Barrio Slam patch is to be honest, but it's on here. Goes into Barrio Slam. Barrio Slam.
Open your eyes to see beyond the disguise. Stuck in the flesh, I made up in your mind. The cosmos lost by the smoky flame.
And while shit is very fucked right now, um, it has led to some really good music being made out of the LA scene, and it feels very weird to say that, but I like rebellion music, and like you have a very real reason to rebel. I mean, there has been real reasons, but this one's like much more in your face than the average. Whatever. We're talking about BlazBlue today, so.
Blacked out, blind from the rage. Every step that I take.
Okay, cool. And if you know the game, you might be saying, "Hey, well, there's still entropy 100, chaos 100, dive." But guess what, fuckers? This game is lit. You can get the true ending of the game before you beat the game. I was just chilling with the homie. We beat that shit already, bro. I saw that cutscene. It made no sense and it spoiled the game for me, but like it was dope. And then I was like, "Oh, there's a second cutscene if you do it in order," and I watched that on YouTube. But it's still very funny that you can get like one of the main you can get like a main part of the ending of the game. Uh like I don't know, like 10, maybe not 10, like 8 missions before the game ends. Well, hold on. So you gotta go if you're like min-maxing, right? You can get like the secret ending in 0 to unlock, 0 to 50. And then there's the 100 run. 100 unlocks the chaos thing. I don't remember what the actual name is. Then chaos to 50, which unlocks 100. And then if you were to beat chaos 100, so you could get the secret ending in 4 runs if you were just like an actual god of the game, which I might do because that sounds really funny. But then like I don't want to necessarily. I mean, truthfully, the way to do it is just to do Hakumen. He's the GOAT. He's the best character in the game, bro. You can just walk you just walk up, hold X on the final bosses, and then parry whenever they're trying to do something. And you just fucking body them, bro. Shout out my GOAT. And for a lot of this one, I kind of just wanted it to be like a fun kind of review where you get the vibe. So there's like not really a script, there's some bullet points like I usually do, but brothers, sisters, and siblings in between. But I kind of want to start with the story of it. I had to like write myself a summary for the storyline of this game because it's batshit insane. And it makes sense because it's BlazBlue. And if you don't know what the BlazBlue storyline is, God bless you. It's a goddamn mess. Wait. Hold on. Is it too long? It's been too long because the beach is on. I don't know why I said that shit like that, but you know what I mean. Hey, now that looks fucking better.
You entered my life, so why are you here?
Write myself a summary for the storyline of this game because it's batshit insane. And it makes sense because it's BlazBlue. And if you don't know what the BlazBlue storyline is, God bless you. It's a goddamn mess. Wait. Hold on. Is it too long? It's been too long because the beach is on. I don't know why I said that shit like that, but you know what I mean. Hey, now that looks fucking better. Okay, so I have to give you guys a summary to even like kind of talk about the story. So we're gonna talk about the story right now. And we're just gonna go with it, right? Okay. So the world is ending, and there are like 5 scientists in a lab, and they're using VR question mark, but it's like they're like diving into a thing between realities. I don't fully know. They don't really explain it, but basically to simulate different realities, kind of, sorta. It's like an ocean. It's like a bunch of shit. An ocean. I don't know why I said a bunch of shit. An ocean of data is like they say it in the game, and it's actually like way better than what I was saying. But we're gonna roll with it. We're not gonna roll with it. We're just gonna replace it with ocean of data. But they have to sift through them and get information from a different world to like save the world. And so you have to jump in, and they call them dives because ocean. And then there's a team of 5 people. You have Calm Tall Man, Short Science Girl, who looks like Sky Striker Ace Rose, Gojo with the caffeine addiction, Player Insert Man, and Secretive Cat Lady. And as you collect shards possibilities, which is the term they use for like the data in the other world, that they use to try to save the world. And these shards can affect our world and our fucking colleagues. They're starting to lose their memories and have weird gaps in their memory, and can just disappear. But you keep diving to collect all the shards. But also not all the shards, but enough to stop the world ending. And you collect them, and then you fight the data actualization of the world-ending dark force, which is literally a dark force. Like, this is the actual fucking like picture of the thing. But the fight in the game is fucking awesome. We're gonna talk about it in the box section. So fucking wait for it. But like, you beat it, and all the people come back, and by using the shards of possibility, the main character is able to make the universe shift to a different world or timeline or something. They say world, but it feels like a universe, but I don't fully know what it is, so we're just gonna go with all of the things that I said, where everyone is alive, and you find out all the people were AIs that were based on other data. But they didn't know that they were data except for like the cat lady. But the MC, when he made the world safe, made them all like real people, even though their memories are digitized and made from like random data. That's what they have the gaps in their memories. They make them into real people, and then the real memories are starting. The cat doctor is all admin data, and so she dies. But then the MC also makes her a real person. And then which okay, hold on. I am more written in that, but I want to talk about this for a second. So they make the admin data a real person, right? Fuck, does that work? How does the admin data have a personality, right? Like, because the whole thing, the cat lady, calling her cat lady because she seems like a lady, but but the cat lady, she's fucking like very matter of fact, like, oh, I'm sorry, this happened. Do this, yada yada yada. So like, how do you make that a person? How do you make like pure administrative data without like a real fucking personality? Like does it develop a personality? Is it still just like a computer, but only for the data it had previously because it's not being updated? Like it hurts. It's confusing as fuck.
Every step that I take is a word that I
But then there's like more. And then there's like, oh well, we stopped this part of the world from ending, but it could happen again. So then the main character, who they call Ace, but like it doesn't fucking matter. It's not even said any of the names. They really don't matter. It's mainly just like vehicles to deliver the exposition for the rest of the story. But it is what it is. Wait, I didn't describe Ace. So Ace is like a special kind of AI that's like made as like a full person with like observational skills and shit. And that's why he's able to dive, but none of the others are able to dive, even though there's no real. Basically, you keep diving to, like, protect the world from possible destruction, and then you go through entropy, you go through whatever, right? You go to entropy 100, you beat it, you beat the thing at entropy, chaos, whatever the fuck, and then you get 100, and then you fight, like, a data queen who's been, like, causing the things from here, it's gonna get a lot more, like, I guess. All of this is like things that were directly stated. After this is like where I was watching cutscenes and trying to like figure out what's happening. So we're gonna deal with it. So you beat the like queen of the data who is trying to destroy it. It was trying to like destroy certain worlds. So you beat her in the data of the different universes, and then you get the choice to like save or destroy the world, but you don't really get a choice. And then you just save the world. So you save the world, and all the people are real people. Um, and everybody walks away, and the world is safe forever, I think. I haven't done the IO fucking side thing, so maybe if somehow that's like relevant to the story. But I did the Dead Cells one, and that one wasn't. Okay, so you got it at least, kind of, sort of. I'm about to bitch for like. Basically, as I already fucking mentioned, all the characters are like just vehicles for exposition, and the story is mainly about the world. But they like try to put in these pieces of like character moments, like the chick that looks like Skystrike has memories of like her friend of this monster and her friend with the monster in a different world. But like it doesn't matter because it's all just based on data that you grab from a different world, which is like the same thing you've been getting the entire game, right? So like it's basically just another shard of possibility, and then like they try to make like Talkin Man a character of like, oh, I don't know what what's happening with the memory, but nobody knows what's that. That's everybody, cunt. Like, and so like the whole thing. The other thing I have an issue with is that like it's a world within a world, which is within a world, right? Because like that's the whole thing with the lab is that it's like a digital world that's within a world, but the world can't be the world that the main BlazBlue timeline takes place in because the main BlazBlue timeline has a separate like constant time cycle that is fixed in a separate way with Ragna and everybody else. Now, the other reading is that the digital world was in danger, and it was originally from scientists in the like base BlazBlue world who made the thing to save the world, but then they saved the digital world, right? But then that doesn't make fucking sense because they said they saved like the world. The main like the cat lady said they saved the world, right? And if the cat is the administrative data, then she fucking understands that there is a different world outside of this that is also being saved. So it's a world within a world within a world that gets eaten on a time loop. So it's multiversal time loops that kind of happen sometime, basically. Or it's multiversal time loops, and the world within the world within the world was the one that got freed. So they're like the most safe world, kind of, sorta. But then they destroy the data that's like the negative data that was originally from the fucking base. So like, what the fuck? And I fucking blew my load when it comes to the administrative data becoming a person, which is really fucking confusing. Yeah, I don't know. I already talked about it. Maybe I'll read. And, I'm like saying all this, but also it's like, whoa, shocker. BlazBlue storyline gets more overly convoluted. Who could have guessed? Like, it's fine. You're not playing it for the story. The story's kind of there. And I do kind of love the story for how fucking ridiculous it is, right? Because there's so many, like, boring fucking, like, basic stories that I can't even, like, talk about for this long because there's nothing to talk about. All the characters are just fucking nothing. So at least they did something. You know what I mean? Like at least it's something to sink your teeth into, even if it's like not great. Right? Sink your teeth into. Let me rephrase this. It's something to talk about. And no, sink your teeth into it. I think you could. I think it'd be dumb, but you could, right? But I would much rather have something that's this like overly convoluted with a bunch of shit that doesn't fully make sense that I can like talk about with my friends and like theorize about and do all this shit with to try to make it make more sense or make less sense or just kind of try to figure out what's happening. Then have some fucking Forspoken shit that has terrible dialogue, but none of the characters are like worth a shit, and so nobody remembers anything about it except for like 2 lines. I think it's a much better way to go about it. And the other thing is the main thing you're playing this game for is the gameplay, which we'll go to. Now, it is a roguelike, right? But each run kind of plays like an arcade beat 'em up where you have like 5 like stages, 10 levels at each stage. I guess not arcade, but like NES or something. And so like you choose different and while you're going through those levels, you can choose different BlazBlue characters that are called avatars. I forgot to say this in the story because it don't really matter in the story as much as it was like this is why you're playing the different BlazBlue characters. They're called avatars. They're like the data of a different person in the different world that you are controlling to beat these like 50 levels, right? 10, 1, 2, 41 at minimum, 51 at most. And all the characters have different skill upgrades that they can choose that give them the moves from BlazBlue, but like buff to fucking shit. It gives him like for Hakumen, who I said was broken, it gives him like the parry from it, except the parry makes him fully invincible. At a certain point, he gives you the ability to parry from both sides. You can do the attack after the parry 5 times in succession. You can activate the attack for the parry without having to parry. And you are completely invincible for all of the 5 attacks you have after the parry, or that you just choose to do completely alone. Which this isn't a 1v1 game. There's like 18 people trying to hit you at once. If you parry one person, you're invincible. You shoot across the screen 5 times, killing every. And they have these like effects for every character with like giving them their moveset but upgraded, and you can choose like what parts of the moveset you want to upgrade, choose what parts of the moveset you want in general, right? Like you can just completely ignore parts of somebody's BlazBlue moveset to like fully upgrade like literally like one or two moves, right? And there are moves, but it's not done in like quarter circles. It's just a different direction in Y or B, right? B are usually like supers or like what would be their EX moves once they get upgraded. And then Y is for their like specials. Now, how they balance it is that you have a mana system. Most specials use mana, which you can make builds that have a bunch of mana or constant regen mana, yada yada yada. Roguelike. But along with being able to upgrade the move sets, upgrade your health and your mana, like you can in most roguelikes, they have tactics activate when like a specific thing has been done. So like if you dash or you do your dodge. Oh my god, I haven't explained your basic actions. So you have attacks, you have dodges, you have special moves, right? You know, your attacks are like your basic, like they would be like your basic combo string. Obviously there's more than one button, but in this game it's one button, so they have to do a thing, but you can do different versions of it with like movement variations and doing it while you dash, which we'll cover in a second. And those are like the different attacks. You have your special moves, which are usually mapped to Y, as I said earlier, but basically your Y, your special moves, different directional inputs, they each take MP. Then you have your SP, which is like your super moves, which you get through doing something. I don't know. I never looked it up. I never fully got it, but you get it through like fighting people. And those are usually like your super moves. If you do your basic attack or tactic, if you do your skill, you'll set up another tactic. If you dash, you'll set up another tactic. It's close to you, set up another tactic. And all these have different elements, and each of the elements have different like abilities you can choose for it. Within the abilities, like the different elements, you can combine different like tactics to make like one special tactic that has like a bigger ability. Okay, now we're through the base of how. And you know, well, I must concede that is like the basic systems are relatively normal for roguelikes, right? Like you upgrade your abilities, the special things that happen when you do abilities that are more like perks. And these are relatively common. But I think what makes them very special in the case of Entropy Effect is that nothing has really done it in, or at least that I've played in like a true beat 'em up style. You have things like Bravery and Greed, which are partially beat 'em ups, but they are mainly like action platformers. But you're not gonna have like the special moves or like the combo strings and shit that you would have playing like Streets of Rage 4 or Fight and Fury or shit like that, right? And so you blend these genre into the roguelike. I don't know. I guess roguelike is now a genre, right? But like roguelike is I don't know what to fucking classify. You know what? Roguelike rant. I'm very torn on like what we classify as a roguelike, right? Because fuck just popped up on my screen. So I'm torn on roguelikes because it is like a, you know, it is a genre, but it's like it's almost like a seasoning on a genre. You know what I mean? Like Hades is like a top-down action game that has like roguelike shit. RoboQuest is a first-person shooter with roguelike elements, but it's more than just like a type of element in game. So I just think it's a very interesting, and I feel like it's like in a really unique position because there's not really another like genre question mark, right? You could say like, oh, Dark Souls, but Dark Souls has a very heavy formula that like takes aspects from other things. And it's not really similar at all. I'm mainly just bringing it up because it's like the other new, well, I guess roguelike's not really new. It starts with the rogue, but newer popularity genre, but there's not really any semblance there. But yeah, I don't know. Leave your opinion in the comments, I guess. Whatever. Fucking. But basically, what when you bring like the Vino elements to the roguelike genre, it works so fucking well, and like each thing being able to upgrade, it like really works as both like skill expression and power fantasy. You can use like really bad builds but be good at the game, or you can do like use really good builds and be bad at the game, and you can make really good builds kind of like by yourself. You don't really need any direct guide. You just kind of have to know how the builds work. I just think it blends really well with like I think the genres blend really well, and it comes out in like a very fun gameplay experience that makes it so that like you very much want to keep replaying to see the different like build characters and yeah, this is just why you play roguelike. I don't know what the fuck. You know what I'm trying to say. It's very good. I enjoyed it. It does what roguelike does very well. And all right, now next section I want to talk about boss fights. So boss fights are amazing in the game, right? Like even the ones that I find really annoying are designed like super well and they're all super unique. I can like remember all the bosses off the top of my head. You don't believe me? You got first world you got zombie grapple robot. Second world you got snake tree man. Third world you got the Akube for the Cthulhu thing. Fourth world, you get either fucking Dread or Nano. Not Nano. Nano was added later in the thing. Io, I think. I think it's Io. I think it's Io. Io. I can't remember the name, but it's a chick who has a sword. It cuts a bunch of lines in the screen. If you played, you know what I'm talking about. And then Susano or Rekka or not Susano or Rekka. So Susano, and then if you play on higher difficulty, so you get Rekka after Susano, and then after Rekka, if you play on max difficulty, you get the chick who I can't remember her name, which is Big Monster, and the second phase is actually her, and then she like has like a shield bar that you have to get through. Also very cool. And the fact that I was actually able to do that, I think, is really impressive. And granted, it is fresh in my mind, right? But in most games, I can't tell you a boss besides like the last three that I fought, and then my favorite for like any particular game. Each of them feel like tests of different aspects of the game, right? Whether it be like air damage with Cthulhu or um mobility and dodging with the snake or Dread testing how much fucking health you have and rep kits because she's a piece of shit who just drops your health, but she looks really cool. So I mean, it is what it is. Whoa, okay, hold on. The attacks look very cool. Dread is just like some random child in the kimono, but attacks. But it makes it fucking good, man. I don't know what I'm about to say. But like it makes it so that by the time you're actually getting to the end at like the high entropies, assuming you're not skipping ones like me or the other people I played with, you get good at like those aspects by the time you are at high entropies, and it is more like and it allows you to test your skills at those higher levels, whether that be in build crafting or like your actual skills in the game, because you need one or the other to beat the base game, and it allows you to just like push the skills on whichever you prefer. And I think it's very cool, and how they do it is very good. And I would normally do like a thing on like the vibe of the game, but it's not really that special. Once again, it's not really why you're going to it. More so than the story, right? Because at least in the story, you have, like, the ridiculous shit to go for, right? But the vibe feels, like, very basic or, like, very video game-esque backgrounds. I mean, that's where it kind of suffers in the thing of, like, feeling like an arcade game. So I don't really have a lot to say on that. That was pretty much my main criticism, and I don't want to drag this up for like 80 fucking minutes talking about what I don't like about what I don't like about the games. I mean, like I've done a lot of that because it's easier to be funny when I'm being negative. But I really like this game. I think it's good. Check it out. I don't know, man. It'd be funny. It's been real. It's been fun. Hasn't been real fun.